Good morning and welcome to Viva Cafe con Leche. I am Dr. Lori Monaco from Align Yourself Inc. I am the Badass Buddha. I am a transformation and mindfulness coach, a speaker. I am a workshop facilitator and creator. I am a chiropractic physician, and I am coming to you this morning from a very snowy southern Connecticut, 21 degrees, like, I don't know, maybe a foot of snow. I'm not sure. So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, buenos días. Hola, mi gente, aquí con la Margarita, your gladiator guru, coming to you from cloudy Tampa. Bienvenido. Bienvenido a Viva Cafe con Leche. We are extremely happy to be here this morning. We love our countdown, so give us feedback if you loved our countdown. It was awesome. I'm over here dancing and shit. So yes.
Yeah,
So
we're having fun with StreamYard. We really are liking this software, so this is
it's
great.
awesome. It's like, wow. So we're going to have a great topic today. We have a great guest coming on. I finally got it to go to the messenger, so everything's good.
Oh, good.
We have a beautiful small business bride coming on at the end of the show. I am your spiritual and creative healing life coach, your Gitana, right? So I am your notary, your wedding officiant. So if you're in the Tampa area, make sure you come down and see me. If you're in the Southern Connecticut area, go see the badass doctor, weight loss guru, because that's what you are. So yeah, mi gente, let's get started. Lori, let's do what you do. Y pa'lante.
Oh, we're going to jump right in and do the intention and the mantra. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have the intention, I think, this morning. So you go first, and I have the mantra.
So my intention is I will rise after every fall. I will achieve my dreams as it should be. I will rise after every fall. I will achieve my dreams as it should be.
Perfecto.
Por seguro.
And the mantra is I am me and I am phenomenal. I am me and I am phenomenal. Short and sweet. And perfect for both of these, perfect for today's conversation, which is stop apologizing and defending yourself. So we're gonna get into that shortly. So those of you, so I'm seeing some of the comments here. Francia is on. Good morning, Francia. She has snowflakes up there, and she says good morning. And Michelle says, "Holy snowstorm!" Yes, absolutely, holy snowstorm, because it is crazy, crazy out there. Iritza's on this morning. Good morning, Iritza. And remember, we could actually see your comments now, like right in front of us. If you write something, if you just come on and Facebook lets us know that you're on, then we have to look at our phones. So don't let us get too much whiplash, like looking back and forth, like comment. This way you're there. Everybody sees you. Everybody can say hi to you and wish you a good morning as well, because it's definitely, yeah, it is cold here and snowy and windy.
Yeah.
It's the
And I
snow and
am
the cold,
so
but
happy. As much as I love my Connecticut, I am so happy I'm not there. Good morning, Iritza, Lillian, my beautiful women. And back to your phenomenal thing. We forget those powerful and important words that Maya Angelou wrote in Phenomenal Woman. That poem should be something that we have on our bathroom mirrors,
I have it hanging in my
and
my
the
bedroom.
refrigerator. I think that is something that we should, if we don't want to recite the whole thing all day, pick a part that reflects you, and just that should be also like that should be something that you tell yourself first thing in the morning. You are a phenomenal woman. It don't matter if your greñas are standing up, you know. It don't matter what you look like. You
My
are.
cranias are standing up.
We worry so much on the flesh and instead of the spirit. We need to feed our spirits. and starve our egos, because it's not about so much, oh my God, I'm not perfect to go in here. It's about, what are you bringing? Who are you? Not what are you? And we get
Correct.
that so confused throughout our lives that we never succeed at being anything, right? So, taza de café, everybody, please start sending. I haven't received any pictures, Iritza, Lillian, Michelle, Francia.
They're going to say we send pictures and we don't see them.
I haven't.
Actually, listen, actually, here's the thing though. We want you guys to send the pictures for a lot of reasons. It just keeps you engaged. But we also are in the process of creating a bunch of reels, for advertisement. And we want to include people's coffee cups. And you could just put, we'll just have pictures of the cup itself. We could have you with the cup. Either way, you'll be in the advertisement. And we're not going to say just yet, but next week will be our show for Christmas, like right before Christmas. And then we have our last week of December show. So Gladiator Guru and I have to decide, because I was thinking about this morning, Guru. Either next week or maybe the last week of December, we have some announcements, very cool announcements that we're going to make coming up for the new year. So maybe we'll wait for that last week. So it is very cool. Viva is really reaching some interesting levels. So we'll share that with you towards the end of the year. But you could be a part of it by sharing your pictures with yourself with your cup, or just your cup, because we want to be able to create these advertisements that we're going to show regularly, and you'll be a part of it.
Yes, yes. It's about, well, that's what a whole tribe is about. And when you are a tribe, we don't have to have the same interests. What we have to have is a commitment to uplift one another as the most
Yes.
powerful women in the universe. It's about a tribe of women with different goals poking out of it, right? And us giving each other the support and motivation that each
Correct.
other needs to reach that. And the time of the crab in the buckets are over. The time of you hiding behind something because of like I said, it's who you are, not what you think you are on the outside. So I think that going forward into 2021, which we're going to have a phenomenal show about that on Tuesday, right before the New Year's Eve. It's about, what? This year was what it was. Next year, pa'lante, mi gente, pa'lante, because that's what we need to do, besides Lori making a lot of noise on her other end. So, that thing. Now, I am drinking Café La Llave because pretty soon, as Lori says, as she's still making noise, that we
Sorry.
we have a lot of announcements coming up of things that we're doing collectively as the Viva hosts, also as our own businesses flourishing. So we do have announcements. So for now, it's Café La Llave in my coffee mug.
We
She
have
got
our
her.
beehive. We have our
Ah,
beehive coffee.
I love when we do this. I love it. So let us know what you're drinking, where you're from, all your snowbirds out there. I do not envy you at all. None of you. It was cold today. Look it. I have like 2 sweaters on. And it's what I show Lori is 59.
59. Freaking
I,
21 degrees outside
you
with
know,
wind. With wind, so it's even colder.
So yeah. So what I'm saying is, mi gente, keep doing what you're doing. Send us whatever you're doing in between. Take a freaking picture of your coffee mug or you in your coffee mug and send it to Viva Cafe con Leche. Because we have surprises coming up. We're gonna put up a merchandise store because merchandise is coming. It's been my delay, not the badass Buddhas. So talk shit to me. So
You don't have to talk shit to anybody. It's fine. Listen, merchandise takes money, it takes time, it takes creation. Not a lot of what we've had to spare for Viva. So, I mean, that's the reality of it. So, as we build, we'll create more and more stuff. And because the new year is really going to be proof positive to that with what's coming up. So, I just want to point something out that Francia said. So, Francia writes, "Who are you? Not what are you?" Actually, we're going to talk about that because yes, there is a who are you, but there's also a what are you. So we're going to be talking about that with this topic today, which is stop apologizing and defending yourself. Because, especially with women, it's not saying that it's only women, but especially women, as we step into our greatness and we become the people that we were always meant to be, there is always resistance around us by those that are not used to our change, because our new self does not fit into their world. So we do ask those questions of not just who are you, but what are you? Like how do you, what title do you give yourself? What do you believe your piece is here on this earth? And so that's where that question is going to come into play. So well, we don't want to get into the conversation just yet. We're waiting for our guest to come on. I have not seen her come on yet.
She says she says she sees herself. But I think what Francine's saying is because on a workshop that I'm developing, the first question is, who are you? And when you ask a person, who are you? They'll say, oh, I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, blah, blah, blah. And that's what are you? I'm not asking you what you do. I'm asking you who you are. So I think that's because we just had that conversation. But yeah, it all meshes in together. But the real question is, when your confidence is low, my thing is, remember who the fuck you are.
Yes.
You're not what society. You're not what society deems you to be. You're not none of that. Who are you? Where I can walk in a room looking like Boho the Clown, and I'll feel like I own that bitch. So it all depends on we're not only your confidence level, but your self-belief in who you are. That it doesn't matter how people perceive you, like a bum or like a high-class person. It's who you know you are. Which I think we need to remind ourselves that, because a lot of the times we shy away from being the best us because we feel we don't fit into a situation.
Correct. Right. Exactly. And I'm not seeing our guest. She's supposed to be on the bottom of my screen, so I'm not seeing her.
Hold on. Let me check. Keep talking.
So Maritza, if you're listening to the broadcast, I don't think you clicked the link.
She says, I can see you guys, but I can't hear you.
I didn't even see her on there to be able to put her onto the screen. Come on, girl, you could do it.
You know what? I got a reminder if she has Chrome, right?
Maybe, yeah. So we'll just keep going, and hopefully she'll get on so we can have the extra. So I'm going to say hi to Nancy. Oh, go ahead. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I told her to exit and to come back on. Maybe okay.
So shout out to Nancy's on too. And Nancy says, what did Nancy say? Exactly. People are jealous at my job because I choose not to work there anymore. Yeah, because, but you know what? That's them. You did something very brave. And they're upset about it because they don't have, they're too fearful to do it. And it's not a judgment to say, oh, well, you're brave, they're fearful, they're losers, that kind of deal. Everybody has a reason for taking the steps that they take. Staying at a job, not staying at a job, and we honor that. But if it is just purely out of fear of the unknown, then the person needs to ask themselves, is the fear greater than the misery? Because if I stay, I'm miserable, but if I face that fear, things might actually be better on the other side. And so, if it's financial, like if they say, well, I really I can't get another job. Of course, that's a belief. Who's to say that you can't get another job? I remember years ago, when I was in private practice. Actually, I was an associate at this practice. We did a lot of personal injury cases, and this one gentleman was coming, and he had hurt his back on his job. He was a mover, and it's a very tough job, and so he hurt his back, so he was coming to us. And the poor guy, though, I've seen over the years personal injury stuff where people just, they milk it, but this guy genuinely, he wanted to go back to work. He was really upset. His back really hurt him, and he's like, I don't know what to do. So I and the other doc that was working on him said to him, hey, listen, he's like, how am I going to get rid of this back pain? And he's like, Oh, I know he did go back to work, but he kept coming to us because the back was still hurting. And he's like, my back hurts. And so both the other doc and I said, you got to quit your job. He's like, I can't. I don't have any education. I can't quit my job. This is just not going to work. And he got really mad about it, which is understandable, you know. So he finishes his course of treatment, and then he comes back to visit about 3 months later with this big smile on his face. And he says, I just had to stop by. I was in the area and I wanted to tell you what happened. He's like, I waited a little bit longer. He says, my back hurt so badly. I couldn't stand it anymore. So I took your advice, although I was really mad that made those recommendations. He said, I quit my job. And then within a day, I got another offer as a driver and I make more money and I have better benefits. And I don't have to pick anything up. All I have to do is drive the truck. And he's like, my back feels better. I feel better. So you never know. You never know. But just to plant that seed, for him, it wasn't an option. And you know what, Nancy? If you have individuals, not that you're saying you do, but if the people that you used to work with are making comments to you, just come from a place of compassion and say to them, listen, you have a choice. If you're not happy there, then leave. If you're not happy, then just say it over and over. Just keep planting the seed, and somebody may or may not pick it up and run with it.
That's it. Do what you got to do. Sometimes, when people are so accustomed to living in fear, they do not enjoy life. And then people get envious of other people. Oh, look at them, always smiling. They're fake. Their Facebook posts. That's you. That's the reflection of you. And so I think that fear holds a lot of millionaires back. We broke because of whatever self-sabotaging and fear. You need to just say, this is toxic. It's not healthy for my spirit.
Yes. Right. Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So you have to say, who am I? What is my value? And then you got to say, you got to keep yourself in check. If your integrity is to always be honest and live your truth, then you're living a lie. If you stay somewhere because you're afraid of the money. Sometimes it's an old saying, and I never get it right, that if our hands are so full of garbage and junk, then the blessings cannot arrive because our arms are already full. So you need to release that in order to receive your blessings.
Right. And it's just like you can't go into something new with the mindset from yesterday, the same old mindset. It just doesn't work. And so Francia writes, I am. Everything that I will become in purpose, character should be applied on everything you are and become, not what people want you to expect you to be. Do not pretend to be in a role for just a job. Absolutely. And that's what it is we give up our power. We consciously give up our power. Sometimes I guess it's subconscious, but we want to blame other people like Nancy, who was brave enough to do what she did. And we want to blame those people for what we are not doing. And it is, and it's so common to do this. I mean, I did this for years until I actually made the choice to get out of my own way. And it's a skill you have to learn. There's very few people that just are brought up with that mindset of just being very humble and compassionate naturally. There's too much stuff around us that we see every day we're fed, we're like, we see commercials for it all the time. I got to have this. I want to have, there's so much competition. And then we lose track of who we are. And then we want to be that person or that person, want to have that and that and that, not realizing that all those things out there are not going to they're not going to fill you up. You have to fill you up first. And then all that other stuff just becomes extra stuff. It's not like I'm saying don't get those things. If you want a nice manicure and pedicure and you want to do your hair nice and you want to wear really nice jewelry. We have some great people that sell jewelry that we've been doing in the Small Business Brag. But you do it. You want to have a nice car, a nice house, that's fine. But as long as if it went away, you'd still be the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the question. If all of that went away, are you the same person? or do you need those things to
To
make you
be,
better?
yeah, to
Yes.
exist. And
Yes,
it's
to
true.
exist even. Yep.
Beatty knows is saying, don't love anything that can't love you back. And too many of us are so stuck on possessions and material stuff. And then when they lose it for whatever reason, it's everyone else's fault. They can't function. You know what? Get your ass up. When we talk about self-love and self-fulfillment, it flows off my tongue to you, but it is very hard to achieve that. You have to be committed to discovering all those things and filling your spirit with it. So just because we're saying it doesn't mean that it's easy. We all didn't get here easy. And let me tell you, we might be enlightened and I'm trying to zen and not get all crazy, but we have our days where we fall, where we want to have that pity party. But let me tell you what I say this because you need to know that not every day is going to be perfect. Not every day are you going to be that strong
Well, there is
gladiator.
no such thing as perfect. There's no perfect.
But
Don't
when you
strive for it.
But when no, it's not even that they're not striving for it. What I've come across is that people build up, and then when they have a bad day, they feel like they're not balanced anymore, and it's like
I
the
know.
chicken screaming, "The sky is falling! The sky is falling!" Give yourself a break. You know what? Be like a tree and bend with the wind, because that's how life is. So you know the Matrix when he goes all the way back, and that's how we have to be with the crises and the chaos that happens. Because you know what? There's magic in chaos. And if you realize that without chaos, you cannot strive to be better. And we can talk about that some other time. But so just know that when you're building yourself up to be what we talk about, you're going to have those days because the Badass Buddha and I have them. And we send each other, well, she sends me more poop emojis. Because that's how
my
you
code. That's
because
the code.
yeah. So what I'm saying, so go ahead. But I think that is something that I needed to say is we're not gonna have great days all the time, mi gente. We're not gonna have elevations where we're like standing on top of the mountain eating a York peppermint patty. No, it's not gonna happen
Do you
all the
remember
time.
that commercial?
What we gonna have?
The York peppermint patty
Yeah,
like saves the day. And you know, I got to tell you, I hate mint.
I
So
love
that
it.
doesn't save my day. And the chocolate on the York pepper patty is like the crappiest chocolate ever, man. If you're gonna dream it like, you know, all that other expensive chocolate, you know. So listen, let's. I don't know what is. I don't know what challenges our guest is having getting on. She might
I
need to.
I
She might.
resent it. I sent it in the StreamYard browser. You see how it comes out when you send it to click?
Yeah.
But she's on Chrome. Um
There's a whole step. She might. Is she going through Facebook Messenger? Is that what she's doing? Because if she tell her that we emailed it, and if she wants to try going through her email, if she hasn't done that already,
yes.
to go
Well,
through the email because it has instructions too, so she might. But listen, we have to get going with our topic because we're already at the half hour mark. So let's start talking, and hopefully Maritza will get on. And so Maritza is also scheduled for next week's topic as well. So we're hoping that Maritza gets on for today's topic. But if for some odd reason it just doesn't work out, we're not going to get upset about it. We're going to just, you know, because that's not the way we do it here. Shit happens. Oh my God. So, Maritza, don't stress about this. Just, you know, do your best to get on. And we will have you on for next week and we'll work out all the kinks anyway. So let's talk about apologizing. So, so this is what I came up with, and we'll try to get conversations going off of this. Why is it that when we want to do something for ourselves, like start a business or better ourselves, we feel the need to have to explain our actions, defend our actions, and even apologize to some people? Let's talk about how to own who we are, stop apologizing for who we are and who we are becoming, halt the need to defend and explain ourselves to others, and let's live our most authentic lives. So, okay, first and foremost, why does this happen, right? So, anytime you have tried to better yourself, lose weight, go back to school, get a new job, start a new hobby, whatever it was, get a new hair, you know, like totally different, you know, hairstyle. Why is it that the moment we either say what we want to do or show what we're doing or show the change, Somebody has a problem with it. And it's usually those closest to us. It's family members. So it could be your parents, it could be siblings, cousins, close friends, significant others. So the question is, why do they have such a problem with this? I mean, I know the answer, but I'm going to let Gladiator Guru jump in because she and I both know the answer. So go for it. Why do we have this problem?
Can you repeat the question?
Were you not paying attention? No,
I'm trying to see.
I know you're doing two things at the same time.
Because I really want her to come on.
I know. So why do people around us have such a problem with us making changes, making ourselves better? So why is that?
Well, it's like it's a crab in the bucket syndrome. They have no desires to achieve anything other than what they're doing, and then they see you all came up together, and then you're doing this. All of a sudden you're full of shit, you're conceited, you're selfish. Oh, they think they're better than everybody. Look, that's gonna fail. It happens all the time because instead of certain individuals acquiring what you're doing and taking it and letting it sink in through their pores as motivation, they're looking at it as, because they have, again, it's their lack of desire to reach any potential of their own. So therefore, they don't want to see you grow with it.
Yeah.
It's their own insecurities, their own self-doubt, their lack of self-love and self-trust within themselves. So, and instead of saying, can you teach me how to do that? Or observe. I mean, I think observation of people doing what we want to do, or people getting themselves out of situations to thrive. I think that if they were to say, let me watch this person and see, and then ask for pointers. I mean, nobody makes it in this world on their own. There's never I succeeded to the top. No, there's always somebody there. You need people to guide you, where you pick up tokens of wisdom and knowledge along the way that helps you make it to the top with ease. So yeah, Lillian says it's because they can't stand the fact that they are stuck. Absolutely.
Yes.
And I don't think as much as they're envious that you're growing, as much as they're angry that they're not.
And they don't either. Well, mostly because of fear. And or it's I don't want to say fear on every single time, because I don't really believe that everybody's fearful and they stay stuck because they're fearful. I think they just stay stuck because they want to stay stuck. They like being that way. They don't want to make the effort, and maybe because they feel deep down that they don't really have much to contribute, and so why bother? And but they want to keep you down there. You're moving up. Because here's what inevitably happens. When you change, it forces everybody around you to either have to make a change, or you have to make a very drastic change, which means you have to get out of that situation. This is why when people are going back to school, when they get a better job, when they are just doing personal development, it doesn't even have to be that they're going to school. They decide they're reading books and they're doing that. The reason people have such problems with you doing this is because there's going to be a light bulb moment where you're going to look around and go, what the hell am I doing here? Like, why am I with this person? Why am I still here? And you're going to want to go. And they know that. So it's not that expression, it's not you, it's me. It is them. When in this case, first of all, it's always both of us. It's not you, it's me, and it's you. So you are bettering yourself. And I want you to really pay attention to this, because I got to tell you, this has come up for me. I can't even tell you how many times, and it annoys the fuck out of me, is that if you're doing something and you have to explain to a person comes up to you and says, what are you doing? And you say, well, I'm doing this. Why? And then you answer and they're like, why? I don't understand. Why? One why is enough. And actually, to me, at this point, I'm like, one why is too much. But one why is enough. If they ask you one more why, or if you have to actually defend yourself or say one more thing, that's when you need to say, I'm done with that conversation. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
waving to me?
I would say,
Oh,
why are you here interrupting me? Answer that one.
that's a better one. I like
You
that.
know. But yeah, I don't think it's so much fear as it is this. I just had it. It's not. Is that they're ashamed to say, I don't know how to start. Can you help me? And it's that jealousy and shame together that they feel towards themselves that they then place on you. So you're the conceited, you're the stuck up one, you're the one who thinks your shit don't stink. But the person growing has to take that as a compliment. But when you have integrity and you have gratitude, you're gonna turn around and says, I understand, but do you need my help in anything? Do you want to learn how to, or just say, hey, can't you do this, or aren't you capable of doing that? Come on, let's see. I think that we also have to, when we're growing, unless that person is one of those, why, but why? That ain't shit. You're never going to be nothing. Then that's the person you take yourself away. But there's a lot of people that really have no ill intentions to you, but they're ashamed of looking stupid and sounding like an idiot to say, can you help me? And we got to really try to tell ourselves, you know what, I'm moving up and people are not too happy with it. But there's always that one person you're gonna want to say, what's wrong? Come on, we can do this. I'll help you. I'll motivate you or whatever. Because we need to do that as well. When we're rising, we need to uplift others, because how does a building stand tall with it's all the foundation in between, right? So it's like helping one another and we all grow. And I don't have a problem doing that unless you're a real bitch and you have malice in your heart. And then I'm going to say, fuck off. But other than that, I think we should always reach back and give a hand up, because those people are not so much hating on us so much as being ashamed that they don't know how to start. Because shame and fear, really, they're like right there with one another. But a lot of people are just too embarrassed to say, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know, and then I don't want them. They're going places, and I don't want to. I don't want to look like an idiot to them, because I've
So
had people say that.
so it's a rote, but fear is real, especially when you were never fearful and you become fearful. It's hard to pull out. A lot of work. Yes. Here's the interesting thing. When you say that you're never fearful, but then you become fearful, there's a trigger, and the fear was probably always there. It was covered up by strength. I don't know. So to be able to go from one level and then get knocked down so much, and there's a lot of factors that can get in the way. Totally, a lot of factors that can trigger us. The other thing is that sometimes fear is it's not just about fear. Sometimes there's actually an underlying mental pathology, and I'm not saying that mental illness and it's like a diagnostic kind of thing. It's just that it's underlying too. So sometimes fear is always associated with some sort of anxiety. So for somebody to go from not being fearless, and then going down to such a bad element of fear, they have anxiety. And the anxiety, you just have to redirect yourself, and it isn't easy. It's not. It sometimes requires therapy, it sometimes requires working with a coach, and it takes a lot of effort on your part to pull yourself out. But like Guru was saying, is that sometimes you have to, it's the shame piece, or that I don't want people to know I can't do this by myself. So, but that's the beauty of it, is that you be brave enough to ask for people around you, and you start to understand who the people are that can help you to be able to pull out of that. And there's plenty of us here in the tribe. I mean, that's the whole point. It's to know that, if one person's down, it's a whole bunch of people are running from something, like a group of people are running from an emergency. And you ever see this in movies, and there are people running, and then like a couple of people fall down, and there's somebody that comes from behind, just scoops them up
Yeah,
and like runs with them. I love
absolutely.
seeing that. I love seeing that. What bothers me is when you see people running and people fall and they trample over people. And it's like, because they're just so focused, and they don't care about anybody else. I would risk my life picking people up in a true emergency, because that's the way I am. Because in my mind, I know that no matter what, I'm going to come out of this, and so is this other person. I can't do that and put myself first. I don't even put them first. I put us next to each other. That's how I look at it. So, Iritza, if you are speaking about yourself or somebody that you know, then reach out to people that you know that are strong, and especially one little extra piece, not judging. Because that's the problem with the individuals who we are, quote, having to apologize to and explain ourselves. They're judging us. They're making assumptions. They have expectations, and it's based on what they believe, and what they believe you should be, and it does not conform to what they believe you should be. It makes them nervous because their life is going to have to change if you change. And it's not always fear-based. It's sometimes just, I want it my way based, and I don't want you to change because then I have to do things differently. And we have to be brave enough to say, okay, you know what? Fuck that. Because I'm worth it. And how many years are we on this planet? We have to be able to choose ourselves what's best for us. And it's a learning curve. So just because you're choosing one path and going down it, and then you, like 6 months later, are on a little bit of a different path, and that person comes around, oh, what happened? You were working on this, and what happened? I changed. As I grew, I realized, okay, that wasn't the direction I really wanted to go with, but I found something else. That's the very cool thing about transforming your life, is that as you grow and learn about yourself, you'll go this way. And then, oh, look at that. And you'll go this way. Or better yet, the expression they like to use is, how far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? When you go down that rabbit hole, they're all over the place, all over the place. There's all kinds of tunnels, and you can decide which tunnel you want to take. At any moment you can change your mind, and that's the beauty of change. And if you have people standing by you go, well, you tried this and you tried this, and why don't you give up already? You need to give up on them, because the more they say that, the more it knocks you off your horse, and you start second guessing yourself, and then you do get confused, and you do try a lot of other things. When you decide who you are and what you want and what you know about yourself, like, who am I now? Who do I want to be? What type of person do I want to be? And you put all those things together, you can clearly know your path, as veering as it will be. And when somebody says, why are you doing that? You be like, because. I love that answer. Because I want to. I want to. And then when they keep, well, but why? Why do you keep asking me all these questions? Focus on your own shit. How about that?
Yes. If you stay focused, but not where you become with the guardrails on, that it's all about you. Maritza says, a few months ago, I found myself apologizing. But where the hell are you? You're supposed to be on screen.
I know, Maritza's in the comments. Maritza, where are you? Oh my goodness. So let's give some kudos here. So let's start. Yeah. So Maritza, because she's supposed to be on, so she's giving her feedback through the comment section. Thank you. So Maritza says, why is it that we feel need to apologize for our uniqueness? You know what it is? And I think it's this. And Maritza, if you were on, you would probably agree with this. It's the idea that what we see in the world, what we see on social media, what we see on commercials, this is the idea of what's perfect, what's attractive, what's this. And then any little piece of us that's slightly different, we question, oh, well, I'm not really like them, or I'm not really like them. And then the people around us question it,
I love you, Maritza. She just sent me a message. She said, I can't fucking get on. That's right. Now you're angry. And Dito, I'm so sorry.
Maritza, you're in spirit. So listen, here's what we're going to do, Maritza. We're going to work on this, and we're going to work out the kinks and figure out why you can't get on. It's got to be something simple as there's like something you need to download. There's instructions that come with I believe that come with the email, but if not, we'll do a practice run. So we will get it for next week. And you're not limited to coming on just twice and that's it. Oh, she didn't make it on. That's not how we roll.
And
Can I pull that off? I can't really pull that. I'm too white to pull. That's not how we roll. Do you understand? God, I'm too white.
No comment. Listen, Mari, next week's show is one that you also were interested in, Maritza. So we're doing good. Um, she puts, we are all self-sufficient. She says, when we feel that we need to apologize, it's because we don't know our value and our path. It's not
Yes.
clear. Life does not have to be painful. No, it does not. So yeah, so when you find yourself apologizing all the time, if you say something, oh, I'm sorry, then you have to question your self-love and your self-value. Like, why do I don't gotta when I apologize, somebody's like, oh, I can't believe you said that, you offended me. I'm so sorry you got your feelings hurt. That's my apology. I'm sorry you got your feelings hurt because I said what I said, you know.
Well, and apologizing is that, so it's two categories, because the topic is stop apologizing and explaining, because you could be very clear on your vision and still have to explain yourself to people, and then there's a point where you will say, I'm not explaining myself anymore. Like, I'm not, there's no point. You see how I'm living. So I don't have to explain. And again, most of that is from the other individual's resistance, because either they're assuming you're going to ask them to change, or that they have to change, and it makes them very, very uncomfortable. And here's what one of the most powerful things that you can know about yourself. Don't give a shit about somebody being uncomfortable. You do not make somebody uncomfortable. They let themselves be uncomfortable. Get that into your head. It is not you that makes people uncomfortable. They make themselves uncomfortable. And if anybody wants to argue this point with me, I'm going to tell you, I've been there. I've been the uncomfortable person, and I've been the very empowered person, and I've seen people around me get uncomfortable. And it became very clear in my growth that discomfort is from within. I've walked into rooms where I felt uncomfortable. That was me. That was my own BS,
It is.
because I was like, oh, I don't think they're going to like me. When you get to a level where you're like, I don't really give a rat's ass if they like me or not, because I like me, and I'm actually their loss, because it's like I'm a lot of fun to be around. I don't know if you could tell, but so I so I'm good with that. And now my energy is so different when I walk into a room, because people do gravitate towards me, and I'm not saying it in an egotistical way. I'm very
Why
happy
why
with.
why are you apologizing and explaining?
Oh yes, you're right. Yeah, I'm not going to apologize for that.
Do I apologize when I say, when I walk in a building, I it's like I own the motherfucker, because that's how I feel. But let me tell you, Maritza says expressions of who we are is a God-given right. We can't apologize for who we are. We are. We are a creation of the creator. How can there be any mistakes? I am, fill in the blank. If you don't have an answer, there must be a lot of soul searching on your part. Our work begins with finding out who we are. And that's who we start, how we started this conversation. But going back to what the badass Buddha said about, you cannot make anybody feel uncomfortable. It's the same way that you cannot make anybody happy. You can add to it. You can add to
Yes.
both. If somebody's already uncomfortable and you're keep pushing their buttons, you're adding to that discomfort that then you're going to receive. The consequence is a blow up. You can add to somebody's happiness, which is going to be something that is you're going to be rewarded with too. So that's what you got to remember. You cannot make anybody happy. They cannot make you happy. That is from within. And the uncomfortableness, that is also from within. That is what my book is all about. So searching for that peace within yourself where you can accept everything around you, and you can discard whatever does not serve you that lays around you as well.
I like Charlie Vet says, mind your business. Yes. So simple. 3 words. Mind your business.
And
Absolutely.
sometimes
Oh
you
my
have
goodness.
sometimes you have to be brash like that with somebody. But I'm just saying that when don't learn our love language. We expect people to make us happy, to make us feel loved. If we're uncomfortable, they're supposed to get us out of it. You will be a miserable person your whole life if you give that authoritative power to someone else to complete you. Nobody can complete you. Put your big girl panties on, one leg at a time, straighten your crown, and be who you were supposed to be, who you were born to be. And
Yes.
stop apologizing. Stop apologizing and giving explanations. If you start that from today, tomorrow you're going to feel like Wonder Woman, because that's how quick it is. Like, start today, try to pay attention how many times you say, I'm sorry. Or how many times you're like, oh my God, I was late because I had to do. No, bitch, you're late. That's it. They know you're late. All you got to say was, oops, I'm late. I used to have a job at the phone company that when I would walk in, the lady who worked the back window will always look at the clock. So I gave her like 4 or 5 times. And one day I'm like, what are you, the fucking clock watcher? You don't even sign my check. Lillian, if you're on, it was Rita. Remember Rita from the back room? So, I mean, it's like, you can't keep apologizing, because then you're so devaluing yourself. And what are you saying about the gratitude of life that you give God every day? So Maritza was head on that. We have to be grateful every morning that we are awakened, right? Am I boring you, badass Buddha?
No, I'm commenting and stuff to people while you're talking. I'm like, putting stuff up because we have a lot of people on. We have like everybody, and we love the comments. Like, this is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And Moonshine Rain is on. That is so cool.
Oh, I love that name.
I know, fabulous. And I'm trying to see if we missed anybody. Our Janice came on, so
Hey,
so we have to say hi to him. And
I just
yeah,
want I want to read something real quick, and then I know our
yes.
guest is on. Maritza says, we convince ourselves that the stories that we have heard throughout our lives are the true story of us. But the case is that this virtual story that lives in our head is not our truth. The truth of who we are genuinely living in our hearts. Many of us do not stop to listen or are afraid to hear their truth. Many decide to stay in their untruth because it is familiar, a comfort zone. They don't want the challenge. That's absolutely true. Some people don't go forward because they don't know how they're going to handle their success. Is it too hard, or is this what it is? That is why we are continually apologizing as if we don't have enough to contribute. Where is our value? It is in doing and not being. And that's what Francia had said. We continue to let the little girl inside of us continue to be in control. It's who are you, not what are you, because you could be a sloth. People could view you as a sloth on the couch all day, but who are you really? You're probably like gonna create the company they're gonna work for. So stop thinking you're below anybody. Shit, even at my biggest weight, I'm the badass bitch in my polka dot dress. Come and try and tell me something. El cuerpo de guitarra sin la cuerda, and I'll take that any day.
Larissa says, I feel like I keep apologizing for being a stronger me because no one is used to it.
We talked about that,
Yeah.
Petey.
Oh, well. They better get used to it then. That's it. That's it. The thing is, I think our own fear too is that we only play to a certain level, right? Those expressions, play big. You're going to play big, you're going to play small. I think sometimes we do deep down, especially as women, we want to play big, but we play to a certain level, like we'll grow and then we'll stop because we know that if we go one more step, the shit's going to hit the fan and we really do need to make a big change. And sometimes big change means cutting people out of our lives, moving
Cut,
on,
cut, cut.
going away. And it's scary. So the fear does step in for that because we think about it and we say, gosh, well, I don't know how to live without that person, or I don't know, like, what are people going to think of me if I walk away from my family? And of course, Guru and I are going to say, who the hell cares what people think? But with family, it's a big deal. So we won't take it lightly. I mean, it's if you know that your family members are bad for you and you need to get away and like almost disown them, you know it's going to spread like wildfire, talking crap through the family about how you left and blah blah blah. And that is what you have to take. And some people are not strong enough to take that on. And it's not a sign of weakness. I don't want you to ever think that it's a sign of weakness. It's a legitimate fear. It's tough. It's tough to go against everybody. It really is. But just don't know that, like, if you could picture a huge crowd of people walking in one direction and you decide to walk in the opposite direction in between all this crowd, and it's really hard getting through this crowd of people, we make the assumption it's going to be like that for the entire your entire life. And that's just going to be constant crowd walking in that direction, not thinking that at some point the crowd's going to open. There's going to be people on the other side waiting for you and ready to walk with you down that path.
But
So that's what we have to always think, like reach out, find the tribe that you can walk with.
I'm going to go back to what you said because I don't agree wholeheartedly with what you said about it's not about that you're weak. You're either weak or you're strong. You're either fearful or you're confident. I feel that if you stay stuck in what you are, then put your big girl panties on already. There is a weakness in you making a fucking decision. So if you're still stuck in a situation for the past year, 2, 3 years, you know what? Tighten up. Tighten up. Put your Wonder Woman panties on underneath your clothes if you have to.
Ooh,
But you gotta tighten up. You gotta tighten up because the weakness that you're carrying, the woe is me, because that's how I see it. The badass boot are different in all this and how we say this, but I feel that you're either or. Either you break out of that woe is me mentality, I can't do it, I'm afraid, to the you know what, I'm gonna try. Not even that I'm gonna do it. But if you start changing that I can't to I will try, then you're gaining strength. And the only way to gain strength is if you're weak or if you let yourself slide way under and you're drowning. Bitch, learn how to swim in the life that you have been given and be the best you that you can possibly be and stop apologizing for being good at what you do.
yeah,
If you
but that's
if
what Deborah said. She says I literally apologized yesterday for being good at my job.
Stop it. If you mess up, of course apologize. Have the dignity to say,
Yes.
you know what? I messed up. I failed to show up. I failed to hand in this. I failed to do this. I am so sorry. I will do better next time. And guess what? That's you being authentic because you messed up and you're recognizing it. But if you constantly don't move forward, don't take 2 or 3 steps forward in life, and somebody says something, you're constantly apologizing. What are you apologizing for if you're gonna do it in the next hour because you're not building that inner strength to rise above it? Rant
Okay.
over. Is Shine Jewelry on?
Yes, she is. She's been waiting patiently, so let's get her on. So for the last few minutes, so we're gonna have Shine
I thought
Bright
she
Jewel.
wasn't on because I told her to come on at 8:45.
No,
Okay.
she's been here. She's been sitting there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, Elisa. I'm sorry.
You
I didn't even, I can't see if you were in the waiting thing. So I kept checking your messages. I'm like, why isn't she on yet?
know what's so funny is you guys are talking and everything you're talking about. I had no idea what you guys were talking about before I got on, and it's like, Margie, I don't know what you know about what's been going on for the last, months of my life, but it's like I'm listening to you guys and I'm like, could I not be on the most perfect life? Like I'm listening to everything I need to hear right now.
Oh,
Oh,
good, good, good. I'm happy because that's what we strive to do twice a week, and it's that. And the beautiful thing about the badass Buddha and I is that we are gonna differ, and that's what people need to hear. They need to hear both sides because you have the people who would thrive off of what she says because
Mhm.
they're in that niche, and then there's me. so, so, and I love that. So I thank you.
unapologetically. What do you always say?
I am unapologetically courageous because that's what makes me magically orgasmic. Okay.
All right, Shine Bright Jewels. Go ahead. Let's hear what you got. This
Okay,
is Alicia, by the way.
yes. My name's Alicia. I am an independent paparazzi consultant. My business name is Shine Bright Jewels. To give you a little background, I had no idea what paparazzi jewelry was. I had no idea. Margie, I know, you talk to family this April. My husband committed suicide. Okay.
Oh,
and
So
married,
sorry.
kids, relationship for 9 years, 3 days shy of our 5 year wedding anniversary. So everything you say about, being weak, you have to be strong. It's like something unexpected happens in life, and you have to pick yourself up. You have to keep going. And Margie, we come from a long line of strong women, and you always hit those weak points. But I've been in situations in my life. I just turned 34, but you never know what people go through personally. I have this bubbly personality. I love to smile, and I had no idea what this was. My husband's cousin, Evelyn, she actually is an independent paparazzi consultant. So after his death, you go through emotions. I was numb. I had no feelings. I was just feeling like I was just the object in the room, taking up space. I started watching her lives and I started shopping, shopping and shopping and shopping and shopping and shopping. And then she's like, you can do this. Like, I know you can. And then Mother's Day came around and, Abuelita Virginia, she was here. She came. One of my best friends, my grandmother came when everything happened. She was here for 2 months because she knew like I needed her. She dropped everything to be here. And Mother's Day was the first day that I got up, got dressed, and I had this jewelry. And this jewelry, I had a simple dress on, but it was, these turquoise blue crackle stone earrings, 3-layered necklace, a cuff bracelet. And I love bangles, Margie. So I always I did my makeup and I felt great. Now the company, the founders are two sisters, okay? And that's their whole message, is like empowering other women. There's plenty of, consultants, but sharing is caring. So I
Yes.
did this because it made me feel good. It gives you an opportunity to own your own small business. You have no idea what you're getting into until you start. You meet people from all around the world. You connect with them. I can't speak to them when I go live, so it's like you're talking to yourself. But they can comment underneath and they can interact with you that way, and you learn, what people are into. There's something for everybody. Everything is $5 plus shipping and tax. Inexpensive costume jewelry. You go from silvers, brass, copper, black gunmetal. I am obsessed with earrings. The necklace I have on, silver. Every necklace comes with complimentary earrings. You can mix and match whatever you like. This silver ring, is my go-to silver ring. It's like my favorite. If
Yeah,
you,
like mine. Like mine.
yeah, you
Yeah.
have those love. Earrings is like my obsession. Everybody looks and they're like, why don't buy anything for yourself? You can sell everything you have, like, and I'm like, no, those are my pieces for when you do get dressed and you're like, let me see what I have. So I do have some pieces. I'm trying to show you guys, like, there's rhinestones, there's colors, there's, something for someone who likes that subtle, dainty look. There's all types of jewelry for everybody. It doesn't mean you have to feel beautiful because you have this $300 necklace on and that's what makes you look beautiful. No, absolutely not. You can buy something so simple. And like I said, who's to judge you? Who's to say, wear whatever you like? Don't apologize for who you are.
Absolutely.
I work at Lowe's. I'm a full-time mom, 2 kids. I live in another state. I have no family here. So this was like me, do or die, do what you have to do. And you know what? I moved here originally for my husband and like for my family. I found my own peace here that I didn't realize till after, because the journey getting here wasn't easy. My family thought I was crazy. I came to visit last May, Mother's Day. Few months later, we packed up our house. We own our own house in Connecticut, and I moved, and it changed my life. We lived with people when we first got here. Then we bought a house, and I'm lucky to have a house here. And my parents are not far behind because they will be here soon.
Not liking the snow, are they?
um, I'm not liking the snow. I love my family. I miss my family, but I love the sunshine. It just feeds my soul. It's just where I'm supposed to be. It's just,
Yeah.
I always love where I'm from, but you never know until you try. You are always fearful of change, but if you don't try, you're never going to know. So I'm going to show a few pieces and I just want you guys to get ideas. There's always pieces that you can mix and match. You don't really know what you can get. So you can go on my website, shinebrightjewels.com. That website
Okay.
is open 24/7. The secret of that is every day, Monday through Friday, paparazzi puts up new inventory. Trick is, ladies, put your credit card, debit card information prior, okay? If there's items you already like that are on there, which means they have a larger inventory of them, add them to your basket. At 3 o'clock, maybe 3:01, it kind of glitches because the volume number is going up because those items are being added. You have to be quick. This is the time customers and consultants are getting on. So there can be a million consultants on, but it doesn't mean we all get the same inventory. Because if
Oh,
if
that's
someone
interesting.
purchases faster than you don't get it. So there's times like a customer might say, "Oh, do you have another one of those?" No, but it's like a family network. We reach out to each other. "Hey, I have this customer. Do you have this set of earrings? Do you have this necklace?" Like I said, sharing is caring. It's not that I'm here like, "Oh my God, I want all the customers." No, absolutely not. I went on last night at a little after 9, and my sponsor was on at the same time, and another girl went on at 11 o'clock. We go on live. You can watch the replay. You don't have to buy. If you get in the comments and you share the live, you get a chance to win a free item. You don't have to purchase anything at the time. So this
Awesome.
first piece, let me see if I can get it. So this is a 3-layer necklace, or a few layers, and it has this beautiful blue. You can see up top the complimentary earrings. Sometimes they're bigger than others, okay? And like I said, it's $5 plus shipping and tax. Then you can mix and match. I have bracelets, okay? That's like a navy blue. We have rings. The rings, ladies, let me see because my camera is.
Yeah. Okay.
So the rings, they do adjust. They stretch in the back, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Little
nice.
clasp can be clipped off. They fit sizes 6 to 10. And then you have different bracelets as well. Like this one is a wrap one, and it has the pretty navy blue in it, okay? And then you have rhinestones. Like this is part of, I think it's called like a wedding set, and it's all rhinestones, the clear rhinestones. At the top, there's complimentary earrings. And then you have things like blues and multicolors. And so that there
Oh, okay.
layered, and that one has like blue, red, and then,
Pretty.
a ring might pop up that matches perfectly, but you have to buy it to get it. And there's different the thing about paparazzi is they have different materials and different shapes to every necklace. Like this one here, it has that imprint, but it has that green, in the middle.
Yeah.
And then there's, even for the people that don't have their ears pierced, these are clip-on earrings.
Okay.
And that's a brass. And then Margie, I know you like the bigger rings, and this is a brass
Oh, yes. That's
with the
beautiful.
stone. There's, like I said, everybody thinks they have to buy expensive things to dress up, and you can have a tank top on. I work at Lowe's full time, and let me tell you, I wear every earring that I want. So I get new inventory, and I'm like, oh, I'm in a t-shirt. Yep, paparazzi earrings.
That's it. You gotta advertise. That's walking advertisement.
Yes.
And I work in appliances, so I'm over here moving appliances, and I'm like, I have my bangles on, and they're like, oh, let me help you. I'm like, I have this. I can do this.
Well, that's great.
No, I can.
That's great. Let us know because we're running out of time. But let us
Yeah,
know,
we're out
how
of
do
time.
they contact you?
Well, we have it. It's displayed.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was so busy looking at all the jewelry.
So it's displayed. So please write it down. And if you, just sign up. I think that's all the information for Alicia to contact her. And I went onto the site last night, and there's a lot of stuff on there. So there's a lot of choices, a lot of different tastes. So for sure, you should be able to find something that you like.
Yes, and did you send pictures of like your whatever? Because did she
Yeah, because
send
we could
pictures?
post it.
I did
No,
like
not yet.
but I have pictures saved. I kind of went live last night and then I kind of set some things aside for this morning.
Yeah, so we'll have you send some pictures and then we'll post them on the regular, just as a regular post as well. So thank you very much, Alicia, for coming on. And yes, you had to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say, stay tuned because we would like to invite you to be a guest on a future show.
Yes.
I like the way you express yourself.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
So,
and lots of love and light to you with what you've been through. And your courage is just unbelievable. And that's why definitely we would love to have you on because you could help other people that have gone through what you've gone through.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Shine bright, jewels. And remember, buy locally. And small business, this is the whole point. The small business brag is to get business for these individuals. And single mom, she can definitely use this. So thank you for coming on, Alicia. Happy holidays to you and the kids. And thank you so much for coming on. So we'll see you.
Shine bright, keep shining bright. And you know what? Remember, this is Alicia, mi gente. We had several other ones on that we keep talking about. And this holiday season, shop small businesses. Let's elevate and motivate and inspire all these entrepreneurs.
Yes. Yep. Okay. So thank you so much. Thanks, Alicia.
Bye-bye, Mom. I love you.
So listen, Maritza came on. She finally got on. So I'm actually going to bring her on really quickly just to say hi, but we do have to go. We're way over time. So I'm going to actually add Maritza. So listen, we're at the end.
I'm gonna get on here sooner or later.
We're at the end of the broadcast, but what I wanted to do was at least just get you on so everybody could see you, and then we're gonna have you on next week with a different topic, and then also this is Maritza's information as well. So I'm glad you figured it out, and so we'll be good to go for next week.
I've been on this damn backstage for half an hour.
We didn't see you though. It did not. All of a sudden, you just popped up. Just popped up.
Okay, but did you see
let's do a trial run before next week.
Yes.
Did you change anything in the last 5 minutes?
No.
Oh, that's
I
weird.
just got out and went back on.
Did you see us? Did you see us on the bottom, or did you see us at all when you said?
No, I first heard, I couldn't hear you, then I saw you. And then I went out and came back in, and there was everybody talking, and I could hear you. You know what? Maybe it was just meant to be,
Yeah, que arroz con culo, huh? So early in the morning.
It's okay. You know what? It is what it is, man. We're good.
Next week.
I look forward to it.
So we'll do a practice run, and then we'll get you on nice and quick next week, and we'll be good to go. But there's Maritza's information too, and we will be able to have a conversation with her for next week. Okay?
Yes.
So,
yes.
Thank you, everybody, for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maritza.
Oh my goodness.
So listen, everybody, we thank you so much for coming on today, and we love all the conversation. We are so thrilled with that's absolutely fantastic. So next week is Thursday is what's today? Thursday. Yeah, next week. So Tuesday is Conversations Connections. That is the week of Christmas, where we are coming into the Christmas week. And we're hoping that you still stay tuned. We will be broadcasting on Tuesday and Thursday. So that's it. Did you have to say something else? You're raising your hand.
Well, my brother's on, and my brother, hello, Molleto. I hope you're still on, but I love you too, Papa. And everybody who came on today, we thank you. We thank you because this was such a phenomenal show. Badass Buddha. High five.
I know. And Maritza was here in spirit, and I'm thrilled that she had the comments coming in because she added to the conversation. So everybody get very excited. Even though she is coming on Christmas Eve morning, what the hell else are you doing? Just put it on. If you're cooking, I don't care. Just put the show on, and we're going to be talking about some great stuff again. And Maritza will be here for the entire time.
Yes.
This time. So, all right, folks. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. Stay warm if you are in the Northeast, and remember, be you, be real, and be extraordinary.
And mi gente, remember what the badass Buddha started with today in her mantra. be phenomenal. In everything you do, be phenomenal. So breathe in the beauty and breathe out the bullshit. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye, everybody.